Okay guys, so I had to get my coffee on this one. Okay, early last week, God started really dealing with my heart about healing. As you all know, 2020 for many have been just a crazy year, right? There were a lot of things that happened in my life, both personally, but here's the thing, and this is a little bit off topic, but just when you think that God has forgotten about you, and just when you think that all hell is breaking loose, God will always send a ram in the bush, so to speak, or he'll always send a sign to let you know that there is hope, and all you have to do is keep the faith. Last year, with my mother dying and then my aunt passing away, just really being in a place of having to fix my life, so to speak, God still prospered me and blessed me beyond measure in my business. How about that? So I want to just stop right there and encourage somebody that is actually facing some real hard down challenges. Just keep your faith. God says all you need is just the size of a mustard seed. And if you don't know what a size of a mustard seed is, then go and look it up. I mean, it is tiny. As long as you have faith the size of a mustard seed, God can work with it. God can work with you. As a matter of fact, you know, he is your creator anyways. So why don't you just give him just a little bit and watch what he can do? So anyways, that's not what I'm here for. So for me, going through such, hardship and going through such difficulty, I decided, hey, therapy, counseling, talking to friends, all those things are really good, right? And it's healing. Your therapy is healing. And a lot of the times we think that the healing is just for us. But what if I told you that your healing will provide and make way for the next generation to come? What if I told you that your healing and your intentionality about exposing and about touching the places of trauma in your life, and to be intentional about healing those wounds? What if I told you that intention and that your action today will be the cause of your successful future for your children and your children's children 20, 30, 50, 60 years to come? What if I told you that your healing it wasn't just for you? That's what God revealed to me a couple mornings ago during my prayer time, that my healing wasn't for me. It wasn't just for me solely. So I gotta sip some coffee on this because I'm trying to make it plain and I'm almost to my office, so I got to hurry up. But let me break down the generational curse that God had given me a visual of during my prayer time. So you can think in your family, there might be a line of things that we notice our parents dealt with it, our parents dealt with it, now we deal with it. So just really on the surface here in my family, poor eating, there's a generational curse and cycle of diabetes, and that is just purely lifestyle, right? So unless you're born with it, fortunately nobody in my family is born with it. We develop it okay, over time. So if someone doesn't decide that eating better is a priority, learning new recipes is a priority, that including exercise a part of our daily do, no one ever decides that the buck of poor lifestyle stops here, then guess what we do? We take on those same habits because there's no healing that has taken place, right? And healing hurts because healing causes for a different level of discipline. Many of us, we don't heal because we don't want to do the work. And the work typically includes changing of your mind, changing of your heart. It takes discipline to heal and to change. So if nobody decides that I'm going to push past my fear and I'm going to push past my pain and develop some new habits and to heal this lifestyle of poor eating and no exercise, then guess what we do? We end up having children and we pass down the same example, the same cooking habits, the same daily routine. We don't show them any kind of an example of anything different, so we pass that down to the next generation. And then diabetes then stays in the family. That's a generational curse, right? Same way, let's go a little deeper. If you have you deal with emotional trauma, whatever it is, you don't know how to express your pain, and you don't believe that talking to people is necessary. So guess what you do? You have children and you parent from that place of lack of vulnerability. You parent from that place of, I'm not going to talk about it, suck it up, it'll be okay. So guess what? We pass that toxic trait down to our children, and they live that same kind of lifestyle. Therefore, if they don't decide that this is unhealthy, then if your children don't decide that, hey, this isn't working for us, I'm going to stop it right here. I'm going to do the counseling. I'm going to go to God, right? And so for the sake of my stories, I won't get too deep, but along with your counseling, we also need God. We need to go to our Creator. Lord, God is who created us. So in addition to just the surface, logical, physical things, we have to begin to deal with our spirits too on things as well. We would be ignorant to believe that we don't have to deal with our spirit, man, when you understand that we are 3-part beings: mind, body, spirit. So a lot of us, we are dealing with things on the surface. We are going to therapy, things like that, to try to heal. But deal with your spirit, because out of your spirit, out of your heart flows the issues of life. So if you don't think you have to deal with your spirit, man, at all, then you're only scratching the surface about 50%. And I encourage you to go deep. I encourage you to go just a couple more layers deep, so that you can really, really pluck out the roots that's causing your tree to bear such fruit. But anyways, I'm about to be done with this. My thing is here. If someone in the line doesn't decide that the buck stops here, then that is how we continue to pass down generational curses. So, generational curses and cycles in our bloodline and in our family, they stop when you start with your healing. Generational curses are broken with your healing. Happy Monday.